and relax. But not yet, because you've spent all this time building your lovely log cabin, but it's completely unprotected. And what I mean by unprotected, this wood, the Dunster House cabin and some of the others as well, they come unprotected, untreated. It is just simply bare wood, and bare wood out in the elements, it doesn't have a very long shelf life. So it states on the website you do need to protect it, and that's what we're going to do here today. We're going to talk you through the two-step process which I've done to protect this cabin, and it's really simple, really easy, not that expensive either, but it's so important. Absolutely get this part done, don't skip it, do it, and you will then be able to relax. So what have we done first? It's called a wood preserver, and it goes on and it protects against everything. So let me show you what I found. Now this one, I did quite a lot of research, and I wanted a big tub because this cabin is 5 meters by 3 meters, so it's a good size, and I wanted something to go on the outside, dries fast, and I went with this. It's a Ligman wood preserver. It is a clear, because at the time when I did this, I was unsure what colour I was going to do the cabin as a final finish. I was umming and ahhing, so I thought get a clear coat on it first, and then that gives me time to then choose a colour. So why did I choose this one? Well, it was fairly cheap for what it is, and it does everything. So it's interior and exterior. It also prevents from things like dry rot and wet rot. So I'll show you quickly some of the areas that can get very affected very quickly with this. So it protects against that, and it also protects against any wood boring insects. Now these insects, they're everywhere. So if you know what woodworm is, little holes you see in your wood, and when them larvae go out into the wild, so they hatch eggs, the larvae hatches, and it flies around looking for wood to bore into. So having a giant log cabin in your house is pretty much saying target, intercept and deploy. So put this on, it treats against a woodworm, rot, that's all you need it for. So that's step one, and it paints on very easy. I'll give you a little demonstration, but as you can see, it goes on like water and it just sinks into that wood. Really nice, really neat, dries very quickly. Make sure though, when you're applying this stuff, do the ends, and I would do them twice. So I've gone around this entire cabin only once, but on the ends and in the gaps like this, I've gone twice. So let it sink in, let it really sink in, and then do another coat. Protection, protection, protection. And that was part one. Now moving on to part two. It's the colour choice, and I took my time over this, and I thought what would look best in the garden and what would look best from looking from the house in the distance, and what do I want to see. And I thought, well, black, it kind of, if you want to make an object disappear, always go with black. It just disappears into the background, and that's my theory, and it works very well. And yes, we can do the cabin and put some nice trellis on there in the trendy colours, you know, the slats, and it'll look peachy when it's all done. So waffling. What did I go for? Well, actually it was the Ceramico Ultimate Barn Paint, and the reason I chose this is a few things. It dries really quick for a start, okay? The reviews, and I got this from Amazon, and by the way, I'll link everything because I got them both from Amazon. I'll link them at the best prices you can find in the description. The Ultimate Barn Paint, it comes in a matte black, and it is a really nice colour as it was. It's very pigmented. So what that means is you only need one coat. It goes on, you don't have to retouch it, it's done. And when you're doing this, there's no resistance on the brush. It's really nice to paint on, and you can paint it on, you can roll it on, you can sponge it on. It's pretty much an all-rounder. I preferred painting it on, and it just went on beautifully. It was a dream. The reason I chose this one, and there are a lot of different barn paints on the market, this was the only barn paint I could find that actually had the confidence to put all over its ads a 10-year guarantee. So this gives you a 10-year guarantee of any blistering, cracking or fading, which I thought was really good. So I've gone for it, and I'm pleased I did. So I'm a happy purchase on both of these, by the way. It did exactly what it said on the tin, which is awesome. And that's quite rare nowadays, because some of the fence paints you get, you paint them on and literally 5 minutes later you need to repaint, or after the first rain shower you're looking at yourself going, what have I done here? It needs redoing. So that's what I've gone for. It was a peach, it was really nice, and it looks the part. It looks a dog's balls. So just to cover all the angles, this will give you the water resistance and the mold resistance on this product, and this covers us from the wood boring insects, the wet and the dry rot. So all in all, we have armoured this log cabin to go on into the future, hopefully happy, and give us many years of solid use. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on the next one.